Howdy, partner. Just ride into town? I see. So you've been on the trail for a while. Well, you must have quite a thirst after a trip like that. Can get you a nice rye whiskey. Can probably scare up some champagne, though it'll cost you. We got tarantula juice if you want to go cheaper on the pocketbook. And we got water. Some rye whiskey. All right. I can get that for you. This is the good stuff. %rye, 20% barley. They've been making this stuff for darn near 60 years. Tasty stuff, isn't it? Overholt. Straight rye whiskey. Get you another? Sure thing, partner. Food. Well, sad to say you just missed the free lunch. Every day, free lunch. If you're drinking here, I figure I can give you some food to go along with the fine spirits we offer. Fortunately, your timing's a bit off. We just wrapped up. Well, heck, you've been on the trail a while. Let me see if I can scare anything up, okay? Just see if we happen to have something still in the back there. Okay. Did you anything, partner? My pleasure. Well, I was able to rustle up a couple of things for you, so should be able to get some food in your belly. Can hear it talking from across the room. Yeah, you certainly don't want to be a rustler around here. Certainly the Stimson brothers found out the hard way. We got a mean sheriff around here. All right, let me go grab the rest of this. Okay, we had a bit of beans left here. And look at that. Somehow there's even a bit of bacon left. Or salt pork. Cured something. And then I was able to find some cornbread. And let me tell you, Cookie's cornbread is incredible. So flavorful, sweet, soft, little bacon grease in there. Just terrific. His beans, just okay. His beans are okay, but cornbread, really something else. And then, let's see here, I was able to find a tin of smoked oysters here. Pop this open. Oh, yeah. Look at those. Those smell okay to you? That's the thing about the smoke. It can hide any issues with the seafood product. Don't know that there's a problem until later. Well, I'm sure someday there'll be some kind of laws or regulations that keep people from getting sick all the time, but that's not really in the pioneering spirit, is it? No. I think these are good. You're gonna really enjoy these fine smoked oysters. These come in from the Pacific Northwest. Get some on the old plate for you. All right. I'll give you this spoon here to enjoy this delicious plate of food. I know that is going to make you feel better after you chow down on that fine grub. All right. Get you some water to go along with that. Yeah, the well water's pretty good here. It's good water. Refreshing, really. Yeah. This is from the well just inside the city limits. There's one on the trail a few miles back. It can be pretty alkaline. I've had some problems with that in the past. Yeah. Stuff's clean and clear. Just the way you'd want it. How's that grub treating you? It's pretty good, right? Yeah. Now, if you come at lunchtime, we do a full spread. We'll often do a chicken fricassee of cold meats, salmon, sometimes some boiled potatoes, beans, sometimes a roast. Yeah, we try to take good care of our customers. Beautiful sausages. Yeah. It's good stuff. Well, you going to be staying in town for a while? Great. Well, you know where to find us. On that account, are you needing a bed for the evening? Okay. And how many fleas you got? No fleas, that's good. No, the beds don't have fleas either. That's why I ask. Keep it that way. Yeah. How many nights are you thinking about? Okay. No trouble at all? Yeah. Why don't you take room number 2 upstairs? Yeah. Things do tend to get a bit more raucous in the evening. Yeah, a bit at lunchtime too, with the food. A bunch of animals come in here to help themselves to the buffet. Yeah, it's usually a good time. I'm afraid the can girls have the day off today, though. You're in the market for a revolver. In some kind of trouble? Oh, you lost it along the trail. Well, I do dabble a bit in the mercantile side of things, though McClintlock down the street doesn't like it if I cut into his business, but I do have a couple of used items. You can get for a little bit cheaper than you might elsewhere, if you know what I mean. Well, I can show you my stock if you like. Okay. Well, let's see what we got here. First up, have this Navy 6 revolver made by Samuel Colt. It's a .36 caliber cap and ball gun. This is a little bit older, but of course it's proven itself many times over in the recent unpleasantness. It's a very well-made gun, shoots straight. You of course gonna load your powder and ball in here, and then you can use the lever to ram the ball down into the cylinder. And then once you've done so, you can fit the percussion caps onto the nipple at the rear of the cylinder. And then you will be all set to go. So I could sell you this for $8 American. Very fine weapon. And then, yes sir, a beautiful piece. Have this Smith & Wesson number 3, the Schofield revolver. Now this fires the .45 Smith & Wesson cartridge. A lot more convenient, reliable, and easier to work with out there. It is a top break revolver, giving you access to the cylinder for the loading of cartridges. And you will be all set to go. Single action revolver. You see there's a half cock position there. Now this is newer than the Colt Navy 6. I could sell you this very powerful .44 Smith & Wesson for $12 American. Well, both of these guns belong to cowboys who had the pleasure of visiting our town, but did not have the good fortune to leave the town. A duel? What, like some kind of showdown? You've been reading too many dime store novels. No. If one fella takes a disliking to another around here, well, he goes and shoots him in the back. Yeah, it ain't really sporting, I agree, but aren't really sporting fellas out here. Yep, sad that that's the way it is. Well, what are your thoughts here on a transaction favorable to the both of us? The Schofield. And this is yours for 12 American cash dollars. Alrighty, sir. Enjoy, and most importantly, use responsibly. Well, can I get you anything else? Feeling a bit more thirst after that meal? Okay, whiskey it is. That hits the spot, doesn't it? Some whiskey and some food after a long ride on the trail. Just what you need. Poker. No, we don't got any poker going on. Just Pharaoh. Well, you got some money burning a hole in your pocket? never played Pharaoh. Well, shoot, you need to play some Pharaoh. Well, yes, it does have a reputation for being a dishonest game. Yeah, that every saloon in the West cheats at Pharaoh. It is an extremely easy game to cheat at, but I assure you, we are the one saloon out here in this beautiful, wide open country that does not cheat at Pharaoh. No, we don't have any mirrors installed that helps the dealer know what cards are coming up, and there's no arrangement between our dealer and the case keep. That's the fellow who marks what cards have been dealt, so everyone knows the situation. No nefarious bargains between the two of them, and certainly no complicated mechanical contraption in the shoe which helps the dealer select certain cards at appropriate times. No, we have none of that, just a good old honest game of Pharaoh. If you'd care to try your hand, I'd be happy to show you how to play. It is literally the easiest game out there. Alright, let me see if I think I got some cards here. Yeah, here we go. Alright, I just have a deck of cards here. Normal deck of cards. Nothing fishy at all about the deck. Very straightforward game, very straightforward game. Just do a quick shuffle here for the purposes of demonstration. Alright. So the only thing you're going to do in a game of Pharaoh is place a bet on what card you think will be drawn. Not the suit or anything like that. Only the denomination. The number on the card, whether it's a 3 or a 5 or a queen. You just place your bet. You'll see a board up there with images of the cards on it. You just place your chips on the space, marking the card that you think will be drawn. Say you think a 5 will be the card drawn, you put your chips on the 5, and that's all there is to it. And then what will happen? The dealer is going to draw 2 cards. A card for the bank, and one for the punters, or suckers. Sorry, punter means player. Yeah, I don't know why I said sucker. Card for the banker and a card for the players. The banker card will be revealed, in this case a 2. Any bets placed on 2 would be taken by the house. So if you had bet on the banker card, you lose the money. Then the player card is drawn. In this case, a king. If you had placed your bet on the king, then you are collecting twice the money you put down. And if you bet on any card other than the king or 2, well, you'll keep your bet to try again. It is just that simple. For each draw, you're going to bet on what number card you think it's going to be. We'll draw 2 cards, one for the banker, one for the player. We'll reveal the banker card, in this case a 3. Any bets on 3 are lost. And then the player card, in this case an ace. If you bet the ace, you'd make your money back, and you'd have the same amount in addition. And if you bet on anything besides ace or 3, you'd be keeping that bet. Now, there is one more wrinkle in the game. You'll have a little copper token. And when you make your bet, if you put this copper token on top of your tall stack of chips, then what you do when the cards are dealt is that means you'll reverse the cards. So for you, what was the banker card is the player card, and what was the ace, what was the player card becomes the banker card. So we've drawn two cards and you've played a reverse bet. So the banker card is 6. And anyone who bet on a 6 would lose their money. Then the player card 3, anyone who bet on a 3 would win. But you've placed a reverse bet. So in your case, if you had bet on the 6, you wouldn't lose your money. You would keep it because this has become your player card. And the 3 is the banker card. Now if you placed your reverse bet on the 3, banker card 6, player card 3, but you reverse it, so your 6 becomes the 3, you would lose your bet when everyone else who bet on 3 would win. That makes sense? All you're doing with that token is saying, for me, switch the 2 cards. So the banker becomes the player and the player card becomes the banker card. That's all there is to it. All you're doing is betting on what card will be next. Now, of course, as the whole deck of cards is played through, and because the case keep is doing an honest job of tracking all the cards that have been played, when you get down to the last 3 cards, you're going to know what they are, and thus almost unfair to be wagering on which will come out. The odds will be so good at that point. So when you get to the last 3 cards, wagers are placed on the order that the 3 cards will be played. And if you win that wager, that pays out 4-1. Instead of the 1-1 you get on a normal win, you get 4-1 if you correctly guess the order of the last 3 cards. Incredibly simple game, just about the most simple one out there. Just bet on what number card you think will be drawn. Sound good? There's no way to lose, really. Alright, well, if you want, I can get you some chips. Alright. Okay. Very good. So let's get you. Go. Alright, my friend, some chips for the Pharaoh game. You have yourself a wonderful time and good luck to you. Alright, enjoy. Hey Bucephus, got a player new to Pharaoh. Make sure they have a rewarding time.